Hi everyone, it's Lynda Canase with iCrafter for Lunchtime with Lynda. It is the Thanksgiving week here in the United States. I have a kind of a quick project, or not, it's not a quick project, it's an extensive project actually, and so we may not finish it during this video, but I will post not only the finished project when it's done, but also all the dies that I used in it. Because what I'm doing is I'm making our mini album accordion, but I'm going to do it as a Christmas theme. So it'll be using a lot of our various Christmas dies, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with that. I'm also using, well, I'll show you the cardstock. Let me see if I could get onto the comments. Bear with me here, people. Okay. Nope, that's not it. Dash. Oops, that's not what I want. Okay, bear with me, people. I am working on this part while everyone is joining us. I apologize, I can't see who's joining us at the moment, but okay, I don't see that. You know what? I can't see the comments here at the moment, so I am just going to go ahead and make my project because it's going to take a while and I want enough time to share what I'm going to make. So again, I'm making our mini album accordion, which is a self-binding mini album where you don't need any glue or special stitching or anything like that, and the pages are movable, so you can, if you put the album together and you decide you want it to go in a different order, you can always go back and change that. So let me, and again, I apologize, I can't see who's here. Hi everyone, and if you're joining me on the replay, thank you so much, and thank you people who are here. This is again the week of Thanksgiving here in the United States, so I am grateful for so much, and I'm grateful for people who love to craft and who are watching me here, and thank you so much. So let me turn the camera down and I will show you, let me get this ready to go first. Okay, I will show you what I'm using here. Okay, so first I'm starting off just to let everyone know with this cardstock paper from Pebbles, Merry Little Christmas. It's not the newest cardstock out there, but I wanted people to be able to use what they have. So the die that I'm doing, okay, you have, let me start off here. You want to cut these rectangle or square pieces, and these will make up the spine, and you see there's crease lines along here, and you want to make, let's see, I always say when you fold them, because we're going to, I'll show you, we're going to fold it that way on the horizontal crease, and this is when you definitely need your eye press burnisher. You want to do a nice clean press on there, and then that's a mountain fold. The other two you fold back so you have valley folds there, okay? And again, you definitely want to do it with the eye press burnisher to get that nice crisp fold. So what you want to do is, I always call these W's and M's, okay? So you want to start with the W. So you have the left-hand side facing up, and you need to do a bunch of these. So basically, this is, I'm just going to lay it out here right now so you can see this is how you're going to work. You're going to go up, down, MW, MW, or WM. Now, each time it comes upwards, that's where you're going to put some pages. So you want to have an odd number, and I'll explain in a minute. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that makes one, and this is a weird thing. It gets kind of weird when you're doing the count. Okay, so to make 7 pages, odd number of pages, you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these accordion folds. Okay, so those rectangles or squares with the creases. And then we're going to adhere them together. I'm just kind of jumping into this. I hope everyone is okay with this. On the first one, and again, you want to make sure you have on the far left side it facing upwards. So on this part here, we're going to put, you could put either liquid or tape runner. And we're going to, now see the tape is right there. We're going to put the next one on top of it to continue. We're basically making a longer accordion. So now you see these are stuck together. So now when you get to the next one, you want to put the adhesive on the bottom of this. And hello to everyone. Again, I apologize. I am kind of running a little off kilter again because it is the holidays. So I appreciate anyone who's watching, and I apologize because I can't see any comments at the moment. So I'm just going to keep building and say hi to everybody, and thank you so much for watching. And also, if you're catching this on the replay, thank you. Enjoy. I hope everyone has fun with that. Let me do something here. I'm going to try giving a little more light on this side. Yes. Okay. So when I'm doing this one, I'm flipping it over, and you're just, I'm doing it for 7 pages. You can do more. The thing is, you always want the last one to also face upwards because that finishes off your album. So now all of this is all pressed together. Okay. And that is the spine for our mini album. Now, what I did is I cut all of these come with the die set. It is the, oh, it's here somewhere. Oh, here. This is not the packaging, but this is the image of the mini album accordion. So it is, there are add-ons. We have add-ons, but I'm just using the mini album, the original mini album accordion for this project. And what you can also cut are these, what is called spreads. So you see there's an opening in the center here. Okay, so you want to fold these in half. So you want the slit to be in the middle. Okay, so I cut, because I have 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 raised parts on here. I have 7 of these spreads cut. And the majority I cut just with white heavy cardstock. Nina Classic Crest. And what is that? 4, 5. And then what I did too is I cut a couple out of this, some of the printed paper, printed cardstock from that set. It's white on the back, so it looks like the other one, like the others on the outside. Now, if you use double-sided paper, cardstock, you will have a different pattern on each side. Now, another thing you can do is fold it this way. So you have the pattern on the outside, or you could fold it this way and you have the pattern on the inside. It depends on how you want it. If you want it to look like a spread going across, you can do it that way. If you want to have a page with the pattern, white, and more pattern, you would fold it this way. So I did it one of each way, so you could kind of see how it'll look differently in the album. So let me do it. I'm going to do, no, I'm not. I'm going to do a white one on the outside. And now I'm going to show you, wow, it really looks yellow on this. Hold on, let me see if I can, let me try this. Okay, the light's going to shift a little here. There, maybe that's better. Okay, let me try that way. It's a little white, a little prettier white. Okay, so I'm going to start with a all white page, and this is what you do on all of them. So let me also, the other thing too is you want to cut this shape, which also comes in the set, and they are, I call them sticks, and they are what help bind this album together. So you would repeat what I'm doing here on all the pages, all the spreads. So the raised part of the accordion fits inside the slit, okay? So you drop it in there like that, push it all the way down, and then we're going to take a stick and we're going to slip it inside the accordion part. So now it locks everything in place. And if it doesn't fit in easily, you just have to push your page, your spread down lower, and it will slide in. And you want to do it. And if it doesn't, you want to fold it downwards and just kind of work it through. And you see it came out on this side. So now that spread is held in place. Okay, it's not going anywhere. But if you wanted to change the page, you just pull it out and move it around. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave that for the middle. Do another all white one. And you just, again, repeat it. You push it all the way down. You might want to fold it back like that. You put a stick through it. And it's probably better down on the tabletop. Okay. So you just kind of wiggle it through. And if you are having trouble wiggling it through, just kind of, again, turn it this way. Make sure you're giving it as much space until it comes through. Then you fold it up. Now I'm going to put the one with the pattern on the outside. And you just repeat this through all your pages. And again, I'm going to have 7 spreads. The reason I keep counting these numbers is because everything kind of comes out a little different. So you have 7 spreads, and there's 4 pages each, if you think about it. So you want to make sure your album, that you have enough to decorate for all those pages. You can add more if you want along the way, or you could add less. The thing is, though, to make sure that the front and back have it going upwards, and to do that you always have to have an odd number of spreads. That's just the way it goes. I mean, there's nothing terribly wrong. I guess again, I'm sorry I can't see any comments, but hello, people watching and people watching on the replay. So, and you just fold it up, and we're just going to keep going. I think what I'll do, where did I add that? I'll add one more solid, and then I'll add the, oh no, you know what? I'm going to add the spread in here, the one with the pattern on the inside. So I'm just going to add it there. And you can see I'm slowly building it up. And when you come to these sticks, you'll see there's a rounded edge here and a pointy edge here. It goes in a little easier if you put the roundy edge up. Not critical. It looks a little more finished if you do it that way. It's easier to get in there too, but it's not a hard and fast rule. It's not, you know, there's nothing that says you can't do it the other way if you want to. Now I have enough for 2 more spreads, so I'm going to just go like that. So this is kind of the basis to making one of our accordion mini albums, and you can literally do this you know, have this all ready to go. You can make little travel albums. The finished pages are roughly an A2 card size, like an 4¼ by 5½. I think it's a little bit smaller. Okay, now we're on the last one. So it's a really nice size. It holds a lot of memorabilia and little things. I'll show you some interesting things I'm going to do with it. So other ideas of what you can add to it. And again, because there's so many pages on this mini album, I'm not going to be able to decorate everything, I don't think. I don't know how patient everybody's going to be wanting to see this. So I'm going to do what I can. Now, the reason we have the upward flap on both sides is so that when we finish it off, it folds this direction and holds everything together. Okay, so now we have the basis of the mini album, and you can see here we have the pattern paper that went on the outside. So there's a spread inside that is blank, and then we have one that's here where we have the pattern paper on the inside. So this is the basis to make a mini album. Nothing surprising about that. It's really, really simple. And again, if you want to expand it, you can add, again, 2 more of these. You can glue another one of these. And again, you want to end with it facing upwards. So you can add, like right there, 3 more pages, 3 more spreads if you want. So you can keep building onto this if you want. If you don't glue anything down, everything is still movable. So that's the main part of the mini album. Now, what I did next is this mini album also comes with a piece to cut these pages. I guess they're not pages, they're actually accent pieces. I should stay down here. Accent pieces. So they're slightly smaller than the page. And so you can do whatever you want to cut pattern paper to fit it. I cut one of each. I cut one of a playful pattern and then one of a really classy pattern. I'm going to kind of build this and see which one I want. The other thing to note, and I cut a whole bunch of these, so let me show you something else about them. On these, there is a rounded corner and a sharp corner, or 90-degree angle and a curved angle. So it's great if you cut it facing down onto the paper. You know, you have the curve on this corner, and then straight over there. But when you have a directional paper, so the trees have to be faced, you can't cut it this way because you'll have upside down trees. You will have the curves on the right side, but you'll have upside down trees. So when you're cutting, if you choose to do this, when you're cutting a pattern cardstock and you want this curve here, let me show you. Okay. So this is the die that cuts that shape. You would cut it out like this, and you get the curve on the top corner, and you get the right hand side. If you want to do a left hand side with the pattern paper that has a direction, you would turn it and cut it from the back side of the cardstock. So in this case, you'd cut it on the back side of the cardstock, right? And you'd have the curved on that side, but when you flip it over, the pattern's facing the correct direction. So you have the curved in the corner. So this is how you cut it if you have pattern paper with the direction. Same thing with this. I had to cut it face down. If I wanted it to be on the left-hand side, I would have to flip the cardstock and cut it from the back. If you have cardstock that is all over pattern, so it doesn't matter, you could cut it either way. So that's a little tip to make it easier, so much easier, so you have everything facing the correct direction. And then what I did was I basically stacked them left hand and right hand side to lay it out. And I don't know how many I cut, but what you could see is I cut Okay, so I cut about 9, 10 of these. So those are all my right-hand pages. These are my left-hand pages. Again, this cardstock, I could do either direction. I just put one in my left-hand side and one on my right-hand side. So you can lay it in there any way you like. I'm going to probably, again, I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to do this. I'm going to play the pink against the pink. And you can just keep building this any way you want. Now, when you get to something like this, where there is no spine in the middle because you're between that, you could do a spread where it goes across if you want. There's so many options that you could do. So I'm just gonna lay these kind of out here. These I'm gonna add some other stuff. So let me show you what other things I have that I have as options. What I'm gonna do first is, okay, so some of these pages, like I said, have the spine in the middle. Some don't because they're in between. So you can even use that as an added bonus for something you're making. I'm going to show you something else. There's so many things you can do. In the set, there's also these pocket dies, and they have, you can see there's a seam on all 3 sides. You just fold them down, and these are all glue tabs, and this paper is folding a little strangely. When you have something like that, this is when you want to use your iPress burnisher, and you could help the fold go a little bit better. Sometimes, I don't know if people know this, but paper has a certain direction that it is made. So sometimes it doesn't want to fold certain ways because it goes against the grain of how it's made. So here's a pocket, and what I did, I used our tags and labels die set, and I cut this out so it fits in there. So when I glue down that pocket, I have a little tag to go in it. Here's another tag, and I'm going to show this one that is really cool. Okay, I don't know which one I'm going to do. I cut several tags, and I'm going to do it maybe on this one. Okay, so I'm going to layer these tags, and the reason I'm doing that is because if you could see here, I took the die. Now, let me see if I can find that really quickly. Okay, not that one. I apologize. I'm trying to find it real quick. There's so many other... Okay. This is from the pop-up wiper card. There is this little piece here. Let me show you real quick. This is a pop-up wiper die. There's this little piece that is included in that set. So it cuts slots to hold gift cards. So I cut the tag first, and then I laid this on top. So now, and I know I put a gift card down here, it can hold a gift card. So you can actually add this tag to your mini album, and it holds a gift card in there. But to make it a little more sturdy when I put it together, I was going to put a back side to it. So then you don't see the back side you don't see that part, basically. So I'm going to glue it together, and the thing you want to do is definitely not glue these little half circles. So let me go ahead and do that. Set this aside. Does that make sense? I'm combining a few different dies. I'm combining a whole bunch of dies, actually. Just had a blast trying to find all kinds of things in my stash of using different things to make this mini album. So I'm going to do it this way. Now, just kind of aligning it. So basically I cut the tag twice, 2 different cardstocks. One, the solid one to make it clean and simple. And now because I have these slots, I can put this in there, have the gift card in there, but you don't see it on this part here. Does that make sense? Now, what you can do too is, and I have my little corral of die shapes that I pre-cut out. There are these hole protectors, and I have a pair of them. Another thing you can do is maybe, I cut a whole bunch of poinsettias. You might want to decorate that. I just did a whole bunch of pieces, and I'll show you all of them as I go, but I'm going to add this hole protector on my tag, because I'm also going to show you how you can insert a tag as a embellishment to your mini album. So like I said, I'm just kind of playing with all kinds of dies that I have. And okay, so just kind of sticking these down, and so like I said, I won't have time. I don't want to take, this will take a long time to finish up into all the different patterns that I want, but I wanted to show you a lot of the different ideas that you can do. Now, I can do that, or I could add holly. These come, again, I will list all of the dies that I used, and because there are a ton of them, and there's so much. Anyway, I could do the holly leaves down here and just add some oh, I could do it like right there, because it will not stick. It won't stick to the card if I do it that way. Okay, let me just pull this off. I need to punch that piece out in the middle there. So I just took that out with my die pick. I click die pick, comes to the rescue. And you just kind of keep building on this. And this actually, this is kind of the fun part, because I haven't even added this to the page yet, or into my mini album. I'm just kind of building up all these little, this tag will be kind of something I can add to it, but I'm going to add it a little differently than expected. Okay, this, I'm going to do that. And again, I'm just having fun. I was playing with this and just thinking, what can I do to make this even more fun? And I thought I'd just use a lot of different die sets. So now the thing too with this, or with these spine parts, you can actually adhere the tag to the spine. Do not glue the card down, but if you adhere it on the edge, it becomes another page. So let's do that. I'm going to just add adhesive just on the edge here, because you want to leave enough room for the card to fit in there. So it's going to go, so you don't want the card to go past the center spine. And you just glue that down. So now it becomes an additional page. So when you fold it open, like that, I'm waiting for it to dry a little bit, but you can see it sits in there. It is now a page in an additional page in your mini album. So it's not part of this page, and it's not part of this page, it's part of this accordion spine. It has become a separate piece. So I just wanted to show that that's something else you could do with the tags and label tags. And again, I'm just going to keep going. There is just so much to keep doing. I'm going to put down the pocket. I'm going to go further in and put down the pocket over here. Where do I want the pocket? I'm just going to go over here. Now, I'm going to glue this down. I'm going to press this down because I want it nice and crisp so that it folds as flat as possible. And add some adhesive on it. And this is so like where you want to add maybe a tag, whether it's a greeting tag, if it's, you could add little photos in here. So just going to stick that down. And just something else you can do. I love the idea that the mini album is just the start of a page. Oh, the other thing I could have done, which I didn't do, is I could have put this down first. Oh, I would rather do that. I'm sorry. I'm going to take that up. I'm going to put this down. I'm just putting some adhesive off camera because that's the only clean flat area I have left. Okay, so I just put adhesive. I'm going to put this down only because a little art explanation is this is a busier pattern, but because the pocket is very plain, it works very well. It's visible. You don't want to put a busy thing on top of another busy thing because it's hard to see. So this fits perfectly on top of there. It's a plain cardstock. If this were a printed, like if it were a printed thing, it would be harder on the eye for the viewer to see. Okay, and I glued it kind of messy, but this will fit in there. I'm going to let it dry a little bit. So there are different things you do, and this is the tag from the Tags and Labels, but it's a smaller one, so it'll just fit in there, and you could put a little ribbon on there and finish that off. I have more pockets. I have other tags in there. So again, just keep going with it. Another thing I have, you also want to leave room for journaling and photos. Make sure and leave room for photos. If your cardstock has these trim along the top, because this is where the hangy hole went, you have these little strips, and you could do a lot of things with those as well. Here's another thing I did, and I thought this was really funny. This is a tag from the apothecary labels. But then I took the word nice die from the Christmas ribbon rosette Christmas add-on. Now, here's another little trick. If you look at that carefully, you see the circle where the die imprinted when I ran it through a second time. What you can do to lessen that, it doesn't get rid of it completely, but it lessens that, is you could, again, use your iPress burnisher and go through and kind of iron out those folds. And you want to do it hard enough that it presses it out, but you don't want to rip the paper. So, and you just kind of rub it out, and it will soften that fold a little bit. I mean, you could still see it, but it's much softer. So basically what I did is I took the label from the apothecary label, cut it once, and then I took the word nice from the other die set, from the Ribbon Rosette Christmas add-on, added it there, and then I took the, this hexagon shape is from the original Mini Album Accordion die set, and then I die cut the word naughty. So when I add photos, I can add the naughty or nice labels to the photos, just to show you that. Other things I did is, these are from our Christmas words die set. There's holiday words and Christmas words. So I cut all the words out of gold cardstock, and I could add them throughout the mini album. There's peace, there's Merry Christmas, there is, and then there's the word joy. And I'm going to add that throughout the mini album. There's another one, where is that? Okay, also from the Heather alphabet set, I also cut out the year. So I'll have this, there's numbers, alphanumeric. I cut out the numbers somewhere here, okay, so that I will have on the front of the mini album, and I have a one in here somewhere. Somewhere in my little stash of things is my, oh well, can't find it at the moment, but it's in here somewhere. There is a one. Oh, there it is. There it is. So I could do 2021. I could do Christmas. 2021 will be on the front of my mini album when I determine what color cardstock I want on the front. Other things you can cut out. There are a ton of snowflakes in different sets. So you can just, I cut out, I just went through on all my snowflake sets and cut out these pieces. And if I had more time, I'd show you all the, what I had in mind for these things. There is also, let me hold this, there from the rocker, step card rocker step card base, there are these poinsettia flowers. So I made several of those in different sizes. So again, and to highlight it, I also did the centers in gold. So gold is going to be kind of the running theme throughout here. Then I did some smaller flower, or same flower, but just using the smaller pieces. And so I'm going to do decorate a page using those. Oh, more snowflakes, different shapes. Also on the ribbon rosette pieces, and again, I just love showing all the things that are in here that you can pull out. There's these little wreaths on the ribbon rosette set, and I just see that you could do something really cute with that. If you cut maybe 5 of them, you could go overlap them. That'd be so cute to do. In the Tunnel Card Snowman Snow Globe add-on, there's these trees, which I thought were just so much fun in that they are so, they look like a really sparse Christmas tree. So I cut those out. I have more, here's another, the whole word Merry Christmas from another set. So I just cut out a whole bunch of pieces. I'm going to go through and determine how I'm going to use them. Oh, and here's the deer from the Lori Whitlock Your Deer set. I think that's what it is. Oh no, it is her money roll and lip balm box. But there is this deer that is just adorable. I cut it out of 2 shades of a tan cardstock, so the face is going to be lighter. And I'm going to do the antlers, add the antlers. I could do that right now. In fact, let me move my snowflakes a bit. I'm just having so much fun that, like, it's going to be hard to show everything, but it is just fun to go through your stash of dies and use them together and then make a Christmas album. That is kind of the fun thing that I love about having so many different die sets, is that you can do, I just wanted to show that there's so much you can do with these. And now, because I have these little itty bitty antler pieces, I put the glue down first. And let's add this. So this is where my high grip tweezers come in so handy. Okay, and then the other one, and I was trying to make it so it didn't shoot off someplace, but there it is. And there's the second antler. So there is a little piece that I'm going to add for the eyeball in there, and maybe a little red nose. But here's another little shape that you could add. Maybe, oh, How about if you put his head inside there? a little off scale, but I mean, you have the little deer in there. There's several more dies that I didn't have time to piece together for this. There's Santa on our tunnel card, Santa going through. There are so many things. I'm just going to keep playing with it. Again, oh, and let me show you why we end up with this piece going upwards here. Let's see, what do I want on the front of my album? Maybe this one. Now, here's the thing. When you finish off the front of your album, I want that. I could do this, and then, no, that's too busy. See, you don't want it to be too busy. That's the thing. And this might not even be the right one, because depending on if you want the words to go, you can't really read it too well. You want to balance the busyness and the plainness. I'm going to do a different colored cardstock for this, but here's the reason that you always end up with the piece, a flap going up. You can finish it off one of two ways. You can glue, if you want, you can glue this down to hold it securely flat and then put a panel on top if you want. Now, at that point, you could also glue a piece of ribbon so that you, on the front and the back, so you could tie it shut and then decorate this. Like I said, this could be, and it doesn't look great gold against gold, but this could be the cover, and you could decorate it and finish it off that way. Or if you want, you can put your cardstock behind there, your cover behind there, and finish this off with something else. I mean, this wouldn't be the thing to do, but you can add patterns along here to make it look, part of your design. So there are different things. It's a great place to add some washi tape if you want, but it does hold everything together. Same with the back panel, same thing. You could either put it on, I suggest if you put it on your paper inside of this, you do the same on the back side. Or if you put your paper on top of it, on the back side, you put your paper on top of it. So it depends on what you want to do. But just remember, this is the cover. And the problem is if you don't have this out here, you have nothing to solidly hold this first page in. So you definitely want it coming upwards so that you have something to grip that front page. So again, I'm going to sit and do a few more pages in here because I'm having so much fun with this. The other thing too, I just want to say is that this die, wherever I put that now, this die also fits an in-stack photo. So if you wanted to do a vertical in-stack photo, you can cut something and turn it this way so the two half circles are there, and add a vertical photo in there, slide it in. So it could become a really cute way to add photos to your mini album. But I love the idea of putting a gift card for someone in there, put it on this tag. And even if you wanted to just use the tag separately, this is a good idea to just send a gift card on a tag. It's kind of a fun idea. So there's just so many things you can do. I'm going to just say one of the things too. I wasn't going to do the snowflakes because here in Southern California, or where I live, we don't have snow. But they were just so cute, and they were all of these are unique because they're all different. I designed them all as a unique snowflake shape. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. I also wanted to add the words, as many words that I wanted in there. I have, like I said, several more tags to add to it. Another pocket that the tag will, I don't know, the tag may fit in there. So there's all kinds of things you can do with this. And again, I'm going to add this. I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to keep working on this, and I'm going to post it on our YouTube channel, but also I will add a link to all the products I'm using so I can explain everything that's used in here and eventually show the finished mini album. I may wait until I get some more Christmas photos to add to it, but it is just the start of a mini album. And again, like I said, if you add things, page spreads, and you want to move them around later, you just go back and remove that stick, and you can lift out the whole spread and put it back in someplace else. And also, if you want to add more pages, you just add more accordions to the back end and add more spreads. You are limited, though. Yeah, I guess you are limited, though, to like the thickness. If it gets, way too thick, it will wobble. So you can't, it's not unlimited, but it does expand as you need it. This seems to be a really good size. The thing too to remember is that once you start adding photos, it'll also get heavier. But what a fun little mini album, especially for children to add their memories, to journal in it. You can make this on the go, just cut some pieces, carry it with you, tuck in things with pockets of ephemera that you collect along the way, memorabilia, tickets, Instack. If you shoot Instack photos, you can drop those in these pockets. There is just so much you can do. And again, this is great for, I think it ends up being, this might almost be 24 pages, or you could make this 24 pages. So it could be, a December daily kind of idea, one page for each day of December until Christmas. So there's so many fun things you can do with this. And it, I just want to say, I hope everyone has fun. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. It's just kind of a time to be really grateful and thankful. Oh, speaking of which, Black Friday sale. We are still rolling out our announcement for our Black Friday sale. It will be Friday through Monday. We have 2 super duper deals going. By $50, you get either free tweezers or free retractable die pick, or by $100 and you get a free set of our iBrush blender brushes. So that's a 10-pack set. And then we're putting a lot of product on a Black Friday sale, but it's kind of a Black Friday weekend sale. Yeah. So look for that. That'll be exciting for everybody. And also, this is just a hint. Can't say too much about it. We have a brand new product coming out. Watch for it in early December. And I can't say much more, sworn to secrecy, but it will be exciting. It will be a game changer. And I'm so excited about it. So watch for it. We will be announcing that as well on December 1st. So anyway, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Count your blessings. Be thankful for what you have. Be grateful for everything. I am just so grateful for family and friends. It is just amazing. So I am going to end this, but again, I will keep building this mini album and I will post pictures of it. Be sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the notification button so you can be notified when I go live. This is my Lunchtime with Lynda every Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, which makes it, 2 o'clock Eastern? I always get that mixed up. 2 p.m. Eastern time. Having a blast doing this. I hope, leave a comment if you have suggestions on certain dies that you want me to show how it works and make a project with it. Please, please, please leave a comment. I would love to do something like that where, if you're trying to figure out how a certain die works and you want some inspiration on that, leave a message and I'll take a look at that and come up with some kind of project for you. So thank you all for watching, whether you're watching live or whether you're catching this on the replay. Thank you so much. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. And again, I'm sorry I can't catch the live messages. Just didn't get that worked out. I didn't want to take too long. So